So the swing blocking is evolved because people figured out the science of movement. And the science of movement is I can go this way and get every ball just the same. You know, most teams around the world on the women's slide, they're blocking the slide with the crossover step. We used to always teach block the slide this way, shuffle, and jump. But like Kelsey Robinson, who played for us, who touches maybe 10-1 or 10-2, she's playing in the World Championships last year, and I said, what do you do? She goes, all I have is a slide, I'm just going. She's got no other responsibility. I mean, all she's got is this hitter coming here. She knows she's coming. She just jumps as high as she can because she's got to take area away. And you jump much higher with a crossover step. So one of the things that what we're starting to do, which Molly's right here, show us how we used to block the slide. We would shuffle and hop. We'd use the arms. We could jump pretty high, but crossover, do a hard crossover now. She's much higher that way. So if you're going to play athletic and you're going to play over the net, then you want to be as athletic as possible and you want to be as dynamic as possible. So those are the concepts right there with blocking. The swing block or the pinch is right here. And here's what happens. Here's what's starting to happen. Like Brazil. Brazil will move their right side blocker right here, kind of like you said, because they know there's nobody hitting the 3-zone here on them. And this person, almost in every country in the world, this person right here swing blocks. But a lot of the outside blockers, especially the right side blockers, set up as the primary in like a bookend. They just set right here and they set the block, and you'll come to her. Because they're tall. There's a lot of right side blockers in the world, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". They don't have to swing block to get over the net. They set their block and they get themselves in a good position, and then you run and jump to her. Okay, go ahead. Good. So you see this a lot in the leagues where big physical players are playing. The men don't do this. The men are pretty much pinch read all the way through. But the offenses are way more dynamic in men's volleyball. The back row attack is, they run all, the combinations you saw us running, the A4 and the inside, they run all those with a front row here and a back row here. So they're still doing a lot of moving. So the blockers are doing a lot of communication back and forth. In the women's game, where it's primarily either somebody over there or somebody right here, if there's nobody in this zone going to hit, you see this blocker a lot will cheat out. So the thing you want to do blocking-wise with your program is what he just said. Block to the strengths of your opponent. If nobody ever hits quick, then line yourselves back up here. If you've got a smaller team you want to jump high, you can bring them in. Then make your move this way, because you can see my feet. If my feet are right here, I'm going to move at this angle, and I move my foot right to the pole. This angle right here, as opposed to being in close, having to make this move and make this move. It's a much more dynamic move. Let your kids go at the net, like make your move at the net, actually. Just start right at the net when you do start up at the net, blocking, swing blocking, go ahead. Now, come off the net with one tile and go at the angle hard. So she's much freer to jump that way. So that's a decision you make as a coach. And you know, I'm not saying it's good or bad, I think it's a decision you make as a coach. And I heard about this move, so I went to YouTube and I Googled Maya Polzak. I heard about this, he calls it the moon step. And you know, she steps back. We hop back because it's easier to hop than it is to step. But she does this. And she gets, I mean, usually you're about a half an arm's length away from the net when you're blocking. She gets back like this, and she's all over YouTube. You know, 6 or 7 blocks in a set against somebody. But M-A-J-A Polzak, P-O-L-J-A-K maybe. But take a look at her, and you'll see that when she doesn't have anybody in front of her to block, she gets back and she just goes to 10. Her footwork is all over the place. She'll run and hop, but everything she does, because here's why. When you're off the net, as you jump, you're already square. The worst thing about blocking is what? You over-rotate or you don't get yourself squared around. From here, it's much easier to get squared because I'm working diagonal instead of just a long straight plane. Because if I turn 90 to get squared, the timing is much more difficult than if I work otherwise. So getting square is the key, and she's over the net big for a longer period of time, so there's greater chance. Sometimes she just goes crazy when she blocks the ball straight down. But her feet off the net put her in position. She's not a pure right, left, right, or left, right, left. Sometimes she just runs and hops. She just runs and jumps. But she runs and jumps from an angle as opposed to just along the net. So that's one of the things to look at.